Today on Black Dog Builds, we're going to turn an old seed bin into a storage console.
Oh, wow.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing fine. So,
Something.
this is a project I've been wanting to do probably for 5 years. and everybody's tried to sell these things, this thing, and they almost wanted to throw it away, and I just kept stopping them. So finally I said, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna bring it over, and I'm gonna do it myself. So what I've got here is kind of an old seed bin.
Oh, okay.
I guess they would consider it. Maybe it was down in the root cellar where you keep your potatoes and onions and stuff of that nature. But it was down in a basement that was, basically it was rotting. So here today is the day we're gonna start working on it. So what I've got in mind is, I want you do good metal work and woodwork, but I'm gonna have you do the metal work on this one, and I'm gonna do the wood. Great. I want you to build me a base. Basically, it's gonna be 22 inches tall. It's gonna be 1 1/4 angle iron frame. Build 2 of them, two 66 by 18 and a half, right? And that's gonna be, this is gonna sit on that one. And then below it, we'll have another shelf, same dimension, and then from there we'll put angle iron legs on all 4 sides, and that'll be the base for it. Real simple, you know, easy to make. And then I'll go ahead and start cutting this guy up. So I'm gonna take some of the waste off of this, which is the old rotten wood, and there's a couple of good pieces that I'll use for rebuilding. I want to come down 21.5 inches, and this is going to be basically my plumb line. 21.5 inches, and then scribe a line up. I'll cut this part off. I'll come across and cut all these boards off, and then go down the other side. I'm squaring up the base. Wood's pretty brittle, so you know, I hope I haven't missed its expiration date. For as rotten as what it was, it looks pretty good. It's kind of what I envisioned. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of plywood to put underneath it, and I'll put everything together. Then I'll come on the back and replace the boards on the back. We'll go ahead and measure, make sure we're kind of square. 68.5. Man, 68.5. It's amazing. All right, 66 by 18.5. The board is flat and square, but this is not. So I've got a couple of lumps here I've got to remove. You can see it right here. I just got to come in and shave that off a little bit. This is going to sit right down in the metal. I'm done. And not really. I've got a little bit of cleanup to do. I'm going to do some sanding. This has got it's tight right here.
You have a tight body.
So I got to figure out why this piece is tight.
You are tight like a tiger.
But this is all handmade, you know. This is made, you know, it's all convex wood that somebody hand planed probably, or hand milled. I'm missing two of the pulls, so I'll probably go up in the hardware section and find some really cool pulls to do it. But I'm gonna do a little sanding right now, just to kind of clean it up. Come around the back and finish that.
bad timing.
Perfect timing. What I've got is I've got a real tight lid, and I wanted to relieve it, come in and sand some of the wood off, and I got it loose. Now I can't get it out. And the only way to get it out is to take these guys off, and it kind of busted up anyway. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. Put a piece of metal maybe on it. Might be the way to go. So now that I've done it, I've done it. I think if I get a real thin band of metal, you know, just a 1/16 of an inch, put a little arc on it, just screw it in. Give it a little, you know, a little new snap to it, you know. These are barrel rings from bourbon barrels or wine barrels. And I'm just looking to see if I got anything that's close. They've got a camber to them, but you know, maybe they'll work. So I'm gonna find one that's close, take it off and cut it up and see what happens. I think it might work. I like it. All I got to do now is drill some holes to put the nails in, because I don't want to put any screws, because all this was nailed. And then I just got to figure out the rest of it. So we got it bent, and I got it fit. So we're just going to go ahead and throw a couple of nails in it. Stay tuned for part 2. It's going to be exciting.